Hello everyone, it is Snuffy here, back with the second video of the day. I was gonna make like a bajillion more, and then I was like, what if I just go collaborate with one of my friends and cover literally every single other topic that I was gonna talk about across a bunch of other videos. So, I brought somebody else on today. Maybe you've seen AlsoAlly717 around on the community. She does a lot there, and also just making rant videos on YouTube like the one today that I haven't watched.
Oh, you give me far more credit for being in the community, that's for sure.
Yeah, because unfortunately nobody really watches your channel. I got it
Yeah, I
into
gotta just exist. But
I got it in the Sold's Nitro Rewind this last past year though, so you got that exposure out of me sending him like 50 YouTube videos, and a lot of them actually made it in. But the only clip he used of you was you literally introducing yourself, so I'm sure that was really helpful to help people know exactly how you are with your personality on your channel.
especially as a stroke, can't speak basic English.
Yeah, okay, now this is starting to sound like a basic podcast interview instead of actually covering news, so we should probably go look at some of the other stuff.
Yeah,
Except I forgot to start the
let's
screen
go.
share, so everybody's gonna get to look into my Discord for a second while I screen share my entire screen to both you and the video at the same time, if it lets me do that. Alright, so,
No, they're gonna get to see the random DM I just sent you. Look, it worked.
and I switched tabs back to. All I see is the Erica thing that you sent me, which they won't understand because they don't. They missed some of the best discussion. So I guess we should like reiterate what we were talking about before. Basically, go back over. We're gonna start in chronological order approximately. So let's like go back over the entire thing that happened with Kristen Smith, even though we already talked about that off the video.
So to start off, Kristen Smith. She is an ex-admin of the Nitro Type community, and she just recently got doxxed by a very selfish man.
Yeah, he was basically like, okay, guys. So actually, just because you are not gonna let me cheat in your game, I'm literally going to dox your location, your social media, your husband's full name, basically everything about you, and get one of the most beloved admins in the community fired, all because you wouldn't let me cheat.
It's kind of pathetic if you think about it. Like, dude, it's a video game. Get over it and grow up. It's 2024.
A typing game, no less, and you're cheating on it. Like, I can see getting mad if like they do something un, I don't know what I'm trying to say, like something that's unfair, unjustified. But like you're getting, and even then that doesn't justify doxing, but it could justify getting mad. But like you're gonna get mad and dox somebody and leak all their personal information, like their email and their family and everything about that, all because they're not gonna let you cheat in a game full of children and also people who have been playing for a while and want a safe, competitive, real typing space, and you're ruining it, and then you're gonna get mad that you get your bots banned. Like that's like stooping to a new level of just pathetic and stupid.
One of the reasons that Kristen got doxxed, if y'all haven't known this, there's like probably over 300 accounts by now that did get banned,
Oh yeah, that was
including the
pretty much.
famous YouTuber KotR. He got banned.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. Like Nitro Type has made like a 4-minute mini documentary on that. So now one of like the most beloved teams in recent history is gone. That coming like not even. I don't think it's maybe it's been a year since. I don't even think it's been a year since SH. No, yeah, it was no. Yeah, it wasn't. It was SSH that got taken down somehow. I think right. It's not even been a year since we
Yeah, I
lost that
think so.
historic team, and now we lost ZL and Odai.
It's insane.
It is. So we have that nonsense happening, and now we have Erica running support. So we're gonna have to see if she can measure up to the standards Kristen set, because she really left behind a big legacy on the site, and especially like the support. A lot of people have been supporting her. Like during this recording, Darka717 came online. He's one of the many people that has the for Kristen, and then of course both of us. I guess we just jumped on the hype train of everybody using one of her signature cars, which was the hammer wheels. Or I think that's why people are doing that. I just followed suit. Another long
I see you're
moment.
matching the car with me as well. I didn't.
Yeah,
I just put it down in the
I looked
car.
at my friends. I was like, "Oh, Allie's online, and like these other three people are online, and they're all using the hammer wheels. Let's just hop on that bandwagon because I think it's something about Kristen Smith.
I believe so.
I think that's what it's for. A lot of people have like for Kristen and
Yeah.
ex Kristen in their names. I put both of the popular Nitro Type hashtags into my Discord status actually. But yeah, that was one piece of bad news. That is not the only piece of bad news. We're gonna cover like 2 to 3 more throughout this video. So in my last video, I talked about leagues. I don't know if you've covered. I think you've covered that on your channel, but I could be wrong. If you want to talk about this on
Yeah.
channel
It
real
was
quick
better
as
than
well.
what I just did.
If you want to tell the viewers here a quick brief of your thoughts on leagues before we get into the bad news.
All right. So leagues, they were leaked probably like a month or two ago, and they were said to replace the legendary leaderboards. And the reason they wanted to even replace the leaderboards was because of botters.
Yet the leagues are just gonna encourage more botters because now there's gonna be achievements once they're out of beta. But I mean, overall, I think that it's probably one of the most positive things they've dropped in this, barrage of terrible decisions. This leagues is probably the best thing. It's like the only piece of hope we really have for this game moving forward. It's something new. It's something fresh. It's semi-nostalgic because it's the closest thing we've had to player leaderboards in over 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And like I don't really know how they're gonna be able to tell if somebody's botting. Like I get they're trying to crack down on it,
but yet they're
they
going to
obviously haven't done it before and failed.
and that's just going to segue into our next piece because we're going to talk about the King of the Race cars getting removed. But before we mention that, I'm going to mention real quick, like this will link, but they're removing King of the Race cars supposedly to discourage botting because of all those achievement cars that people are going to get. Yet they're also going to drop achievements for leagues, which is really just going to be like another thing botters can get achievements and new cars from. So like, unless they don't put cars in there, even then there's still going to be cash or some sort of loot. So like, what are they really thinking they're doing? They're just going to drop something new to give botters something to go for, I guess.
And something I've noticed is like the entire botting community, they seem to be all trading and selling their accounts. With removing the King of the Race cars, what's going to end up happening is those cars with like the high race count are going to even be more valuable, and even more people are going to be getting scammed if they want to hop on the bad bandwagon.
Yeah, so basically what you're saying is by doing this, they're now going to encourage trading and account selling even more, even though that's like against the terms of service.
Yes.
It's a really bad decision. All right, so we're looking at this post on the Nitro Wiki from 2 days ago made by, I don't want to try to butcher this Olaf type name here, but saying King of the Race cars are no longer available, and linking Overcomer's video about how cars past the perk are no longer obtainable because of the botting issue in the community. I actually first saw that from Darkus717, I believe, but we're going to look through this real quick. So, like, somebody in the comments said they were 10 races away from 30K.
Yeah, there's like so many people that are super close to getting a new big
like,
King of the Race achievement, and then now they can never get it.
Yeah, it was either Overcomer or Darkus717 who mentioned, like, all the people who were, like, as you just said, like, people who were actually really close shooting for that milestone, they were actually close to legitimately getting it, and because of people thinking that it's fun to cheat on a typing game, they're not going to get what they've spent so many years of their life working for.
Yeah.
The second comment
I've been around for.
the second comment on the post was saying they're going to quit as soon as they get the perk because that's the last one they can go for. Or as Dumb
Yeah,
Dave
I've been playing the game for.
I think a lot of people know who Dumb Dave is. He said that, like, why do these people have to ruin everything with their selfish stupidity? And I completely agree with that. That's a very justified and true statement.
Yeah, it kind of sucks for the people that's been playing for like 5+ years. Like I was starting to get active again. I said, "Hey, leagues are dropping. Let's try to get the walk, and maybe even the one after it." But now I can't. So what's the point of even playing the game?
Yeah, is it just me, or am like I just see that car, the 30K one, and I just always pronounce it watch. I don't know why. I don't think that's how you're supposed to
Oh, I say
pronounce
walk.
that or the perk, but I just pronounce them wrong. But
I say all sorts of things wrong,
yeah,
but
I remember watching like that time when Penguin Typer spent like 2 straight days streaming to get Lake in. Like he was legitimately playing, and he was someone who wanted to achieve that goal. People like that aren't going to be able to do that anymore. As BB8190 said, he wanted the manta ray, all this stuff because people are just not going to be. People are not very happy, especially the most recent post. I don't know if we mentioned this in I think it was off video that we mentioned Wildflower.
yeah.
Because if they don't give her something for 1 million, that's just kind of messed up. Like, even if they are going to discontinue King of the Race cars and, the movement that Darkest 707 started fails, they still have to give Wildflower something because nobody else, I can say, like, as long as the game is around, I doubt anybody else is ever going to get quite to her levels. And if they do, it'll probably take a really long time.
Yeah, and she's like only 50,000 races away. As much as she races, she's gonna get hit very soon.
Yeah, because she's been doing this since 2016, which hard to believe was like 8 years ago now. So she's been at this for a while. If they don't reward her for all that work, I mean, remember Travis? I don't know. I think it was Travis who jokingly said if anyone ever got 1 million, they would give her the Wampus card. That's how I pronounce it. Nobody else pronounces it like that. But if they don't give her that,
Wampus.
that's how I've always said it since I was like a little child on this game. So I've just kept it up. That's how I like to say it. It sounds smoother. But regardless, if they don't give her that car, like, or some other car to commemorate, because like what else can you do with a Wildflower car? You've already given her a Cold Snap / Holiday Heat knockoff, and then you gave her a whatever that 500 one was. Then you gave her a car literally covered in flowers. What else are you gonna do besides give her the car?
Yeah. They're just slowly killing their game.
It's kind of expected at this point, though. Leagues are the only hope we have left for anything at this point.
Who's to say leagues will even do anything in the end?
I mean, yeah, all they're really going to do is probably encourage more botting, but at the same time, they will probably encourage some legit competitive racers because really, we haven't got any new achievements added to the game in like forever. So,
Literal years.
at least having those will be nice. And speaking of achievements, I want to bring this up real quick. Like, they better be working on like achievements for Nitro Math because that thing's been in beta like almost 2 years now, I think. It's gone by
Yeah.
fast, but like we better get like separate achievements for that. Except now we're not going to get King of the Game cars for Nitro Math very high up because of this thing. So I guess that's a segue into that. Like they're not going to. Okay, if this is a cost cutting thing, it's like, oh, now we don't have to make as many cars for Nitro Math. But regardless, we
Plenty of cars in the world, bro.
we definitely
You
need
can
something
easily just look at a
competitive.
car and be like, oh, let's put that in our game.
And like I really hope they don't wipe like Nitro Math. It's been up for too long to wipe. I know they're gonna wipe leagues once they release it, but like Nitro Math has been out for far too long to wipe that out.
Yeah.
I mean, I did over 1,000 games on that site. That was a nice waste of my time, so I don't want to lose that. I don't really play it anymore, partially because my school computer decided to block only Nitro Math, not Nitro Type. But I just really haven't played the game. There's not really much left to do now that the team leaderboards are gone. I mean, I guess leagues, but still, like, I'd rather just play Nitro Type leagues at this point.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've gone over probably the worst of the news, but there is, I guess, what you could call good stuff. And I just realized we should probably do this in a different order, so we're doing the good stuff last. So we do have one more bad thing to cover, is the other update, which I have put up on screen, a screenshot that you sent me, which I'd already seen as well, but I don't know if everybody here has seen it. It's from Austin Butler's official YouTube account and commented on one of Overcomer Solving's videos saying, next up, no more sending cash, there will be a replacement though.
See, the reason they might be doing this is because, well, accounts selling and trading. A lot of people have their Cash App hired or just changed, however, and people are getting like millions of Nitro Type cash from selling their accounts and scamming other people.
That is a fair point that I hadn't really thought of much, but at the same time, who's gonna stop people from still just trying to scam people, or just people that are going to want these now that King of the Race cards are so rare? who's to say that people are not gonna still try to fork over their real life money just to have a chance to get their hands on it? And I don't know what he means by there will be a replacement. We can't have trading. That would make scamming way worse. What else are you really going to have to replace it? Like, I don't know what you're gonna have
Are
to
they
do.
gonna make a new currency, or are they gonna? Who knows?
Yeah, yesterday Harl was like they're gonna add Nitro coin or Nitro tokens, and you buy skin for 500 token. It's. I mean, he's not. I would not doubt they do something that insane, because with the trajectory things have
Yeah.
been going, it would make some sense. My other idea is maybe they're like, if you want to send somebody cash, like you have to like press a button, and then you race, and then the cash you get goes towards that goal of what you're sending them, and then once you've earned that amount of cash from racing, it sends automatically. That would actually be a way to still give cash, but also encourage activity and not just be able to spend insane amounts on accounts.
There's a lot of people with like raised cash caps, and that's
That
mainly
too.
just saying how much you can send.
That too. And like the people who had to reach out and get those, and people like Isaac who were always doing big giveaways, like that's really gonna hurt some engagement for some YouTubers, because like Isaac does giveaways every season, just about every month. The Nitro Type Discord server is always doing giveaways. I won one this morning, so I got an extra 10 million into my account and finally got back past the 100 million barrier. And I guess I need to take that for granted, because who knows? We don't know when they're gonna remove it. That could be the last cash donation I'll ever receive at this point.
Yeah, I personally have my cash cap increased when I owned a team along, like, what was it, last year?
And then also when you were on my team, you were always hosting stuff as well. And plus, you're like you have a lot of money, and you like I think you still do some sort of giveaways sometimes or whatever. I don't know, but like now
I tried.
your money's literally gonna be more worthless than it already was, because they already don't release stuff for us to buy. Although they do have more
Yeah.
cars out now that we'll talk about in a moment, but like what else are you gonna use with your cash now? We can't really buy anything because they don't release anything, and now they're gonna make it where you can't send cash. And my cat is pawing at the door aggressively. He wants to get in here so badly. But
Yes.
what else are we gonna have for our cash now? It's just gonna pile up unless they actually go back to like the glory days of the shop when there was new stuff coming out for us to buy. Then a cash is gonna really become worthless unless you're like a newer player.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I get the max amount you can have in your account is like 4 billion, but like, it's just gonna sit there. What are you supposed to do with it?
Yeah, the people who have like there are a few people that have reached the cap before. I think even Penguin Typer did it. That's why he was hosting like a 100 million giveaway that I don't think he ever did the results for, yet he's still finishing every season. But like the people who have that, like now they're really just gonna have nothing to do with their money, because then they can't they're not there's not gonna be any purpose in racing because they can't get king of the race cars, or money because they'll be at their cash cap and they can't give any away. So really, removing sending cash is really gonna do a lot more bad than it's gonna do good. Sure, it might help combat trading and account selling, but at the same time, it's going to screw up a lot of other things like legit giveaways and generosity and basically anything that involves cash. Like I would send cash to my siblings when
Yeah.
they need to buy stuff. Now I won't be able to do that.
Very much.
So we've spent about 20 minutes talking about how bad everything is, but there is at least something positive to look at. There are about 5 new cars. I might have missed one when I went and looked through them all, but there are some new cars that dropped, and of course multiple of them are locked behind a paywall. So let's go look at those. First one I have pulled up, which we've been doing this song. It has to reload the tab, but this is the Dark Star. Gee, I wonder what the reference could be there. Um, Embrace the shadows with this sleek and mysterious machine dominating the track with unrivaled power and style, and you have to get it from the Nitro Fortune cash pack, which of course costs real money.
Honestly, the car isn't even that good. It kind of looks like a clunk of metal to me.
I can see where
Like,
you're coming from.
I don't know. It's not worth the money.
It's clean, but it's definitely not a 10 out of 10 car. I mean, I wouldn't mind owning it, but I'm not going to pay actual money to have this in my garage. And like if they ever release
Yeah,
it, the price they have it set at is 9.5 million.
it's too much for what it is. I don't think it has an animation or anything either.
Yeah, it's not. It's just a static car. It's solid. I think I'm gonna give it a 7. It could be better. It could be worse. And I'm not paying my actual money for it.
I work my hard-earned money. I ain't gonna spend it on some
Dark Star.
car.
All right, the next one we're gonna look at is the. It's gonna take for. It's gonna have to load up the Liberty 27 wing, which is the first one I saw, I believe, because this came. I didn't pull up the pages for like the new nitros and stuff, but there are some of those as well. This is one of the ones I originally saw. This is the Liberty 27 wing from the Supersonic Stash bundle. I believe this one comes with like a new nitro. This one just
Yeah,
kind
it
of
comes to like
reminds
a
me.
laugh.
This one just kind of reminds me of the Liberty YT5K, just stretched out and not animated.
It's so long. Like a lot of the cars you're gonna
All these
notice,
new
they're like
cars are
really
really
stretched
long.
out.
We're gonna look at the other ones in a second. They're all like really long. It's definitely like a sleek,
It's a,
clean car, but it's just like a stretched out, exaggerated version of the Liberty YT5K.
yeah, and like if you look at it in the shop, it says it's like supposed to be $35, and you get so much off, so it's now $9.99.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, nobody's gonna.
I think how they calculate that is like, oh, the value of if you were to buy this car, how much nitro cash to real cash that would cost, plus the 10 million we're giving you, how much that would cost to buy, plus the gold that we're giving you, how much that would cost to buy, plus the nitro, how much that would cost, and then saying that, but then marking it as a discount, even though they've never actually charged $35 for all of it, to make you think it's a good
Yeah,
deal. I mean, I guess it is a good deal because if they did charge full price, nobody would buy it. But at the same time, you're just kind of like false advertising, being like, "Oh, it's on sale. We used to sell it for higher."
yeah. Like they've done it a few times in the past, but
Yeah,
I
this
can
is the
see
first
like
time.
bring some cards and they people will buy it, but
Now, to be fair, I do like
kind
these
of
new editions of the bundles better than the old ones because a lot of the old ones were just like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna put the Mach 10 Maverick and the T-Rex Trail and the all this other stuff that had already been released before." At least with these ones, we're seeing new content that is going to make them some more money to probably fill in a bit of the money they're going to lose getting rid of sending cash, which is in turn going to make people not want to buy cash.
yeah. I remember when they brought back like the Mac 10 and the T-Rex sale. I was thinking, like, I already own both of those. This is
Yeah,
a
there
scam.
was one where they put the Thunderboat into a bundle with like the windy trail. I'm like, what? What is who's going to buy this? I got this car when you had to have gold to have it, and then it's been in the shop a bazillion times. At least with these ones, they're
Crazy.
releasing new content to everybody.
And yet they can't add new things into seasons.
Exactly. Like we're having proof right here that they are still capable of making solid, not too bad cars that I would not mind owning, but I'm not gonna buy them with my money for. And then Austin comes out and says, well, we're just going to release, or maybe it was Adrian, but either way, one of the admins said, like, oh yeah, we're going to release one new car per season, and every other car is going to be a re-release. So really, we're getting like one new car, one new trail, one new nitro, one new name tag, some titles, and then a bunch of re-release stuff that most of the people that are playing through these seasons likely already own.
See, for the seasons, what they should do, if you already own something, they should give you like the amount of Nitro Type cash it is worth.
That actually is a really good idea because, like, with this season, like, they put the Corsa Mystica in that. First of all, that car came out in season 33, so a lot of people got it then, including me. Then it's been in the shop multiple times. I wouldn't doubt it's been in a bundle at this point, and now it's in a season again. Like, how many times do you need to re-release the same car? Just make something new. We have proof right
Yeah.
here that they can make new cars. They just choose not to do it at the most convenient time.
Society is very lazy at this point.
Yeah, Nitro Type has definitely become a lot lazier over the years, and that's why like things are falling off a lot. I mean, seasons used to be pretty good. I mean, a lot of people still want events, but seasons were never like awful except for like X-Max 2020 and like the season after that. Those were pretty bad seasons where you barely had to do anything to finish them. But like other than that, most seasons have been pretty solid. and then the shop ruins them, and then they get too lazy. Like, the entirety of Summer Trails has been released into the shop. That's ridiculous.
Okay, you want to go ahead and head into the next one?
Yeah, I was gonna go into that. This is the Flux Ether Drive. Oh wow, now my entire Chrome just went black. That's nice. There we go. It's loading up. Flux Ether Drive. I don't even remember. Oh, it's this weird one. I don't know what this is supposed to be, but this is another car from the Nitro Fortune Cash Pack. Let's take a look at it. This one is like, I don't know what they're going for. Like, the front is like looks like some kind of rocket, and then at the back we have like these rockets, and then we have this. I can't even tell what they're trying to make with this. It's a really ambitious design, to say the least.
It doesn't look very child friendly.
Okay. Of course you would say that, but yeah, I'm sure other people are gonna notice that too. It just looks not very great. I mean, I guess I would buy it if it came out for its 3 million asking price, but like, this is a 5 out of 10 car at best. This is not like as good as like the Dark Star. Like, the Dark Star's not very good, but like, it's better than this, and so is the 27 wing.
Well, I'm gonna go eat. You want to finish the rest of the video off by yourself?
All right. Well, thanks for being on. Hopefully we get some good views off of this, since we've been recording for about half an hour.
Yeah, I'm I'm hungry.
Yeah, you are. You did say you were gonna eat at like 12 your time, which was almost an hour ago.
I'm gonna go eat my food. Adios.
All right. Thank you for being on. All right. So we do have a few more cars to look at now, which we're gonna start with the Blitz Salient, which is not a released car yet. It is a release. This one, as we were just talking about, is another really long car, and it's very ambitious design. I don't know what they're really going for with this one. It's okay. It's like a 5 or a 6 out of 10 car. I would still buy it for that fairly low asking price, but again, not the best. And finally, the Nitrovi MK1, which is scheduled for future release, possibly in a bundle. Although, to no surprise, VL already got it before its release. $8 million. This is probably the best one. I mean, like, these other ones are interesting. They're very ambitious, crazy designs. This one is basically just like an army Jeep, but I definitely like it better than some of the other ones that we have, some of the other army vehicles. This one's probably the best one that they've made so far. I would buy this for $8 million, honestly. This is a solid army vehicle. So those are the new cars, and then I want to mention one more thing. One of the cars, another one of the stock cars, was also released in the bundle, but you know, they gave it a really, really bad name. It used to be named after one of the other admins, Katie Osborne, until this month when they changed it to Thundershake. Okay, yeah, you're releasing it in the Supersonic Stash bundle. Still a bad name. You know, it's based off Kyle Busch. When he was sponsored by M&M's, one of his nicknames was the Candyman. You could have gone for a vibe like that. Like, you could have had Candyman or some other candy pun, or even just kept the original name. Anything but Thundershake, please. Regardless, this car is now also locked behind a paywall. So, third stock car of release, and you have to pay actual money for it. So hopefully they release it at some other time for everyone to buy, but for now it's locked behind a paywall. So that is about it. This took way longer than I thought, about 30-minute video, so I really hope this does decently well because it took a long time. Again, Allie had to hop off to go eat, but appreciate her coming on. Make sure to check out her channel. I'll link that below. And make sure to like and subscribe to this one as well. Yeah, this was a lot to unpack. A lot has been happening lately, and I hope you enjoyed our deep dive and reactions into everything that's been happening. And until next time, I am out.